Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Greetings from Tema Klagon to be specific. This afternoon, I want to share with you this very important message. Most of the time, when we are caught up in the hustles and bustles of life, we realize the vanity of all the things that we chase after, like money, like cars, like houses, like family, like children, like all the things that we human beings think will make us comfortable and happy. But this afternoon, I want to tell us that this life is not only about the physical aspect or the gross aspect. This life is a fine dance or balance between the mundane and spiritual, or what we will call the physical and the spiritual. And these two forces are interwoven to the extent that it is not so easy to tell the difference between the two. People usually associate spirituality with fasting, praying for long hours, visiting sacred sites, and all that. The truth is that all these activities are not spiritual in nature. They are, you see, the physical is a, a portal to the spiritual. For example, even a simple act of eating, which we know is gross, is a physical act. If done with awareness, can become a spiritual act, and you reap spiritual benefits from such mundane act as eating. Mundane acts like even walking can be spiritual if we walk more consciously by being aware of the beauty that surrounds us. Everything God has put around us is beautiful. But most of the time we are caught up in the drama of our minds too much that we are not even aware of the beautiful things that surround us. So when we say spiritual acts are acts that go beyond the mind and the body. So for example, anytime we show compassion, there is a part of us that becomes elated, that feels at home. At night when we are on our bed sleeping, just those simple acts of compassion, kindness, love give us a certain contentment. Yes, these are the foods, the things that feed the spirit. But we use the physical as a springboard to do the things that feed the spirit. So anytime you are engaged in any mundane or physical activity, you have to know that the repercussions of those physical activities are physical and spiritual. Yes. These two forces are like, people think they are opposing forces, but they are not opposing forces. They are two complementary forces that are working together for the spiritual evolution and physical growth of the human being. This world that we've come into is a school of self-discovery. our future selves or our God selves are already done. They are not in time. Your future self is not in time and space. So every day when you wake up, it is your job to work towards that future self, which is the God in you. That self is already perfect. So in essence, what I'm trying to say is that we are all God acting like we don't know who we are. So if you have the chance to meet your future self, God is not in time. So your future, your end is already there. It's like a movie that is playing. You do not know. Your conscious mind sees the picture once at a time. The picture unfolds for you one at a time. But this whole play is something that has already ended. People who go to spiritual, people who do this kind of native doctor stuff know what I'm telling you. That people are able to forecast when children are born, their future, up to when they will die accurately. These things come true. We know them. They happen so much, especially in West Africa and in our part of the world. Why does it happen like that? It is so because your life is already a movie that has finished playing in the eyes of God. It's already there. So anybody who is connected to God can know the future. Because it's a movie that has finished showing. It's just that in our three-dimensional experience, because of the limitations of 3D world, it is unfolding once at a time to us in our experience. That is why when people who are clairvoyant and clairsentient and have a certain level of premonition are able to see things accurately before they happen. And sometimes we are all struck by how accurate their predictions and guesses are. This is because they somehow got in tune with the God in them. And that God in them talks to the God in all of us, talks to us through intuition, through dreams. Sometimes we know things without knowing how we know them. Yes, we call them downloads. God is talking to us every moment. It is up to us to calm the noise, the psychological drama of daily life, so that we can hear the voice of God. Because in our drama, in our noise, there is no way we can hear the voice of God. So every single act that you do must inure to your spiritual benefit. So almost every spiritual tradition from the west to the east has emphasized the fact that kindness, love, compassion, because these are the they vibrate at higher frequencies. These acts vibrate at higher frequencies. The highest of them all is love. It is as a result of love that this world has come into existence. Any keen observer of the universe will see that it is in constant collaboration. Everything is working in cooperation and harmony. It is just us, we the human beings, who are oblivious of this wonderful cooperation and coordination happening around us. A time is coming on this planet where it will dawn on us more than ever that true happiness does not emanate from accumulating external things, but emanate from building a wellspring of internal goodness. The spirit in you does not need food. It does not need nourishment. It does not need these cars. It does not need the houses. It is the gross body that needs these things. But in accumulating these things, we have to go through the right paths that we know by our own conscience. We know the right paths to go through in getting these things. And when we get these things, we should use them, we should see them as means to aspiring to a higher end, which is the spiritual end. It is only in becoming this conscious that will build a planet that will be safe and conscious for all of us. Because if the human being is conscious, they will not come and steal your something that does not belong to them. They will not gossip. They will not tell lies. God bless us.